What is it, guys? The E.L.T. Nation here, and today's story time is a pretty good one, a pretty interesting one. I hope you guys really enjoy this. And before I start this story time, I just want to start off by saying Happy New Year's to all of you. I hope you guys are having an awesome New Year so far. I can't believe that 2026 is here already. Time really flies. But anyways, let's just start the story now. So this story all takes place back in the wonderful year of 2019. The reason why 2019 was so significant was because I graduated high school at this point. And I remember it was a Saturday morning. I got up, ate a ham sandwich for lunch, and I went upstairs to start watching YouTube videos. Also, forgot to mention, my family wanted to have a graduation party that day. So the party wasn't going to start until 5 p.m. So I had some time to chill. So I was just watching YouTube videos, and I specifically remember I was watching this specific channel known as Colorful Notebook Animations, who is a user who I talked about previously on this YouTube channel. And I also dislike this user, and I had no idea why I was even looking at this person's content so much, knowing that I did not like him. But that's besides the point. 5 o'clock comes around and it was time for the graduation party. We went outside to have it because that's where the party was taking place. And the party was fun. Not really much to talk about there. It's really after the party where the story picks up. So 2 days later, I woke up with a sore throat. I was coughing so much, and I had a fever. My head was hurting so much. So I ran into my grandmother's room, explained to her the whole situation, and I was then provided with medication to help with the pain. And once that was given, me and my grandmother decided to go to Windies to get food before she had to go to work. I ate my food, didn't eat it all though because I felt so sick, and the rest of the food was disposed of and thrown in the trash. After lunch, my grandmother dropped me off home. She went to work, and I went inside my house and went straight to bed because I did not feel good at all. I did not even want to do anything, so I went straight to bed. And I was coughing so much. I remember coughing every 10 minutes basically. Stuff needed to come out of me, so that's why I was doing it. And I was basically doing that for a whole week straight. And my grandmother at the same time was trying to get me to eat some food, but obviously I didn't want to eat very much. I felt so sick. I was in pain. Like my throat even hurt to eat. It was bad. But anyways, a whole week went by and it got really concerning to the point where I had to go to urgent care. I needed to go to the doctor to figure out what was wrong with me. So basically, I went to the doctor and we explained to them the entire situation from start to finish. We explained to them the symptoms that I was having, like sore throats, coughing, and fever. My head was hurting so much. They ran a bunch of tests on me. They stuck a thermometer in my mouth to check my temperature, and they saw that my temperature was very high. Obviously, it was 100 degrees, and based on the results from the tests and our responses, it turned out that I had pneumonia. I, to this day, do not know where it came from, But I did do some research, and according to what I found, it is basically a lung infection, commonly among older people, and it has symptoms of coughing, sore throat, headache, chills, just almost anything of a cold, basically. And some people can even die from it. And I even asked my grandmother where it came from. And even my grandmother had no clue. She had no answers for me. But, anyways, the doctor suggested that I drink plenty of fluids, eat a bland diet, and don't eat anything too crazy, and to return if it gets worse. So they sent me on my way. I went home, and just like the last time, I went to bed, and I also got some new medication as well. So I was taking cough syrup just so I can get rid of the coughing a little bit, so I won't cough as much. But that wasn't really helping because you'll find out in a minute. But anyways, my grandmother gave me soup. I ate that obviously, and then another day I had some noodles and crackers. I tried to eat that obviously. I ate the noodles, that was fine. But when I got to the crackers and I tried to eat them, I couldn't eat it all, and I could just feel it. This is gonna sound gross, but I threw up. And I was frantically trying to go to the bathroom as I was throwing up, but I couldn't make it. And it fell all over the floor. And I ran upstairs and put a towel on the floor because it was wet. Don't know why I did that, but whatever. But I ended up calling my grandmother, basically explaining that I tried to eat the crackers and the noodles that my grandfather gave me, and I was throwing up, and I couldn't make it to the bathroom. And my grandmother can just tell that I was feeling nauseous, and she just told me to rest and just go to bed. And I did that. And we also checked our temperature twice a day, and my fever wasn't getting any better. At one point, my fever was 102.2 degrees, which is insane, obviously. And another week went by, and we ended up going to the actual hospital. Not an urgent care this time, obviously, but the actual hospital. We ended up going to the ER because it was so concerning that it wasn't going away. So we ended up going to the ER, and we sat down, and the nurses there stuck a tube into my arm, basically pouring fluid into my body because apparently I was dehydrated. Even though I was drinking water, it wasn't helping. So that's why they stuck that tube into my body to try and put some fluid in me. And about 30 minutes of that, when they finally got some fluid in me, they sent us on our way. We left the hospital. I ended up going to Chick-fil-A to see if I can eat some food. And I was starting to eat food, obviously. And my cough ended up going away eventually. It was another 2 weeks at this point. And this was a time where I was going to the Helen Keller National Center, and it felt a lot better. My cough was getting less and less, and All in all, everything ended well. And that is the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you like. Happy New Year 2026 and peace out, everybody.